Hi guys. Okay, this is going to be a very difficult video for me to do, but I want you to stick with it because I'm going to actually talk about the realities of acting and being in the acting profession. Okay, now this is the hardest video I've done because what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk truth. I'm going to talk from when I started doing all these videos. I am a truthful person. I try and live by being truthful, by being honest. So what I'm actually going to tell you is honest from my heart. Okay, sometimes being in the acting profession, it sucks because you spend 90% of your time, unless you're working constantly, and there are people who are working constantly, 90% of your time not working, and that is the hardest thing. And what I'm going through at the moment, which is why I'm being totally honest with you, right? This is bearing my heart on the line, is that it sucks. I've had not many auditions this year. I've got some good photos, I've got some good presents out there, but I'm just not getting the calls. I've had to take on a full-time job because you've got to live, you've got to put a roof over your head, you know. That's what you've got to do. You've got to pay mortgages, you've got to pay rent, you've got to pay your bills. Okay, don't get caught in that thing of like, oh yeah, it's a fairyland. But you have to pay your bills, otherwise you will end up in prison. Okay, so that's where I am at the moment. Okay, I'm going to be totally honest now. I'm going to say that, yeah, this year, nothing has happened. I've got a good agent who pushes me out for jobs. She actually sends me the job so I can see exactly what she is sending me for. And there's TV, and there's film, and there's theatre. Some of the jobs are massive jobs. They are brand new films from films that I could name, and I'm not going to. But they are films that you'll go, oh my god, they're making another one of those, and making another one of those, they are massive, massive films, but I am not getting called in. There is parts that I think I'm totally right for. And do you know what? It is a numbers game. You can't even though I'm going to say I'm feeling quite downhearted at the moment. I've had to take on a full-time job, which makes it then difficult to go to auditions if they come up, but it's really, really hard. So this is for people that maybe are looking to go into the profession. It's not easy. You have to be made of such strong material to carry on. Okay, the way I carry on, and this is what I'm going to talk about to try and sort of bring you up to speed. The way I carry on is I'm involved in, I teach kids singing, I teach kids performing, I also do, I'm involved in a play at the moment that we're rehearsing, and it's good fun. It's not paid. It's with friends, but friends who are very strong amateur, semi-pro actors. We're having a really good time rehearsing it. It's quite hard material. It's the Diary of Anne Frank, so that's pretty heavy material. But I'm rehearsing that, and I'm doing that to keep my brain busy, and that's the thing you have to do when you are not working. You have to keep your creative brain busy. So I see lots of posts. I see lots of posts this week of people going, "Oh, there's not much work. It's not much work," and it's tough. It's tough. I'm on lots of Facebook groups, which in America it seems to be there's so many jobs. The UK, it's a lot harder, I think, because the field is a lot smaller. They tend to not look outside the box all the time. We're always casting the same people. And you see, oh, that person's doing that. Oh, that person's doing that. Oh, hang on, they did the last 2 series of something else. That's just the game. You know, you have to try and break through. And it's tough. It is tough. And this is why I'm doing this. This is honest. I'm not putting any shit over you. This is honest. Okay, so what you do need to do, though, you need to keep focused. You need to keep practicing. You need to go to all these, go to classes. Try not to get caught up in this whole thing of, oh, my photos have to be perfect. You know, get a good photographer and get one who really knows actors, look at their stuff. I go to Nicholas Dorks, he's very, very good, but there are so many good photographers out there. Go to a good photographer who knows actors and you've seen their work. So, but don't get hung up on it. You know, your photo is just a way in. Now, my photo, maybe at the moment is not hitting. I'm not hitting a market. Maybe I'm too old for one thing or too young for something else. I'm not hitting it. Okay, you might be hitting it in different ways. So you've got to keep busy. You've got to keep doing stuff. You've got to keep proactive. You've got to keep yourself upbeat. If you're with a partner or something, you know, tell them how you're feeling, and then they will help you along. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't hold it in. Tell them how you feel. Tell your friends that, you know, it's really tough. They see actors on TV and film and go, oh, it must be really easy. Oh, look at it, the glamorous lifestyle. And it is if you're working. So if you're not, then it's really tough. So keep being proactive. I started writing a new screenplay or a new TV sitcom that I'm working on. It's little ideas, but keep being proactive and creative. I need to say both words. Keep doing it. Don't fall into sort of the doldrums. You know, I'm generally an upbeat person, but you know, today I'm not. And that's why I'm being honest with you. Today I'm feeling a bit like, you know, oh God, it's a struggle. So I've had to take on this full-time work, which makes it difficult to audition, but I'm not getting auditions, blah, 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 blah. So look at what you do. Try and keep positive. Do things that you really love doing. Keep yourself upbeat. Get a job. Get a job that pays money. Try and get a job that pays good money, but that you can maybe go off sick, you know, if you get an audition. Don't choose one of these jobs which there's quite a few out there. They pay rubbish, but they go, oh yeah, we're really flexible. You can go to any auditions you want. The reality is those auditions don't always come up when you want them to. So get a job that pays good money while you're waiting. You can take days off. You know, most companies are 20 days a year. You know, you take a day off to go to an audition or chuck a sickie, you know, go to the dentist or something like that, you know, to get to your audition, but they may not come around as quick as you want them to. Okay, other things I want to look at. Do stuff that challenges you. I'm a rubbish runner. Now, when I say rubbish, I am rubbish. Okay, but I force myself to do 4 kilometres 3 times a week. I force myself to do it. I hate it. I'm actually going to do it in a minute, and I hate it. I hate running. I'm not good at it. I spend a lot of time, a little bit of a run, a little bit of a walk, a little bit of a think, you know, I'm not good at it, but I have to do it because it keeps my brain active and it gets me out of that little slump. You know, they say when you do exercise, it raises your endorphins. I think that's all a bit of a lie, but when you come back, you're a little bit different. Your focus is different because you've just focused on something else. So I don't think it particularly, you know, maybe does raise these endorphins and you feel better, but I think it just really focuses you. So go and do things like that. Go and challenge yourself. Go and plan to do things. I want to do a skydive. You know, a ridiculous thing, terrifies the life out of me, but I want to do it, and I'm sort of planning to do that. I've got going to see friends, and one of my friends has just had a baby. Brilliant. You know, celebrate all those good things. Don't get caught up in that acting like, ugh. And it's really hard to do, and that's why I'm being honest with you. Other things, speak to your agent. Say, what do you think? If nothing's happening for you, what's going on? Why am I not picking up these jobs? Why am I not getting these castings? Why am I not getting this, getting through the door? Ask them. There may be something. They'll go, well, actually, it is your pictures, and they might go, actually, we just need to target you slightly different. Maybe what you think is your casting and what they think maybe has changed. Maybe you've just aged a little bit. Maybe you've changed a bit. You know, I used to go for the sort of the geeky, that type of role. You know, a little bit of a nerd, and I can still do them, but I don't get cast for them because I've got more of a, I think, a serious look now. I developed more of a, you know, an accountant, a little bit of a, like a, you know, could be a psychopath type thing, a doctor or something. You know, I've developed that sort of professional look, which has nothing to do with me. It's just the way my body is, and the way my face, and you know, the why are my glasses always on the till? I think I need to get some new ones. So look at your casting. Look at what you're right for. I will talk a lot more about castings later, but today it's more of a reality check. Have a reality check with yourself. I've gone on for 10, 11 minutes, and you're probably thinking, God, this guy is depressing me. And do you know what? I'm not there to depress you. I'm there to give you the reality of this profession. It's be hard, okay? When you choose to go in it, it's very hard. But you'll have good times and you have bad times, you know. I actually did something which, if you've got through to 11 minutes, I'll tell you now. I did something which I wrote down every single thing I've done since maybe I left drama school, but there's also things I've done before, and I've done about 250 jobs, and you look at it and go, wow, I've done 250 jobs, but none of them have sort of hit that, you know, that echelon where I want to get to, where, you know, sort of casual TV, casual film roles, but they're there. I've got something that's in production at the moment that is very low budget, but we're hoping it might pick up a producer, or I can't remember, a vendor or something, you know, and it might get some interest. It might spark some interest. It's had some good views on YouTube, which is great. But get involved with as many things as you can. Do student films. Do anything that you can, but try and stay positive. Okay. As I said, this is a hard video, and if you've got through this far, well done. But this is a reality check. It's not easy being in this game. It's not an easy thing to do. If you want to be in it, you've got to be in it for the whole duration. Tempting to give up. I've thought about giving up this year. I've thought about, do I need this hassle in my life? And for about a day, I thought about it, and I told myself, yeah, you're giving up. By the end of the day, I was like, what are you doing? That's ridiculous. Why are you giving up? It's just it's hard time at the moment. Things will change. Well, you hope they will, but it's you've worked so hard to get to where you are that if you're giving up now, all that work will be for nothing. You know, you've made sacrifices, you've made commitments, you've maybe gone to drama school, you've spent all that money there, you've set your goals to be a certain level, and if you've not achieved them, then you could just give up. But if you give up, you'll never achieve them. No one will be listening right now because I'm coming up to 14 minutes. But one last thing is that I applied for a musical theatre role this week for a show that's going into the West End. I'm not going to say what it is, but I applied for this role. And you know what? I got a little twinge in my belly going, this is my dream. This is the dream I want, to be on the West End, performing on the West End. It's my dream. It's most actors' dream, unless you're just into TV. It's my dream. So I don't want to give it